Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to One Hub Racing Season 23, round number 10 at the P1 tier, as we head to the Marina Bay circuit, the newly formed 19-corner circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. We're starting a couple of hours later, so you guys at home can watch the not the Singapore Grand Prix, United States Grand Prix in real life, and yeah, I don't want you to miss that, so that's why we're starting a bit early today. But Steve can't make it tonight, but joining me in his place for the next 2 weeks, we've got Jamie. Hello, Jamie. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and yeah, this should be a good race, and yeah, looking forward to it, and yeah, having a mixed day, but I think this race could be very good.
Yes, and potentially we could have the driver's title wrapped up here tonight by the lovely Timo as well, and he has the gap by quite a lot as well. We will go through the standings in just a moment, but we got some permutations to go through as well. So basically, Nicolo must win the race if Timo finishes second or third with fastest lap. Nicolo must finish second if Timo finishes third or fourth with fastest lap. But if Timo wins, just like he's been doing the last couple of races, then no matter what Nicolo does, Timo wins the title, and that's probably going to be likely at the moment because Timo has won pretty much most of these races since pretty much Imola, so he's favourite, but you never know what could happen. We had a champion crown tonight in P3 tier. Could we see one crowned in P1? We'll have to find out in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we have to find out about that. Yeah, he's looking very good. Obviously, look at his form here. He's won he's won the last 8 races in a row if you include the sprints, and that is just incredible form. And we have seen drivers challenge him, but for parts of the race. But it seems like over the complete race distance, he's a cut above the rest. And you have to say it's very likely he will do that win he needs to secure the driver's title.
Yeah, we'll go through your standings right now, actually, before we head to the race. So, Timo currently leading. His lowest finish was a P3 in one of the sprints and then one of the main races. That is how consistent he has been. 193 points to Nicolas Oro's 137. J. Cole had a consistent points finish in the sprint and the feature. He finishes third at the moment. Cian Armed is fourth in the standings. He got a really great podium, well deserved from him. Brendan got a good result as well last time out in fifth. Owen was very unlucky last time out in sixth, but he did get some points, but not where he want to be if he wants to try and aim for third in the driver's title. We got Colin in seventh, Nick in eighth, Casper in ninth, Larkin in 10th, and then we got Mats Lukey, Atslot, Bimpai, Porsche Evans, Fatality, Delta Hunter, Konzo, then we got Waitsy, and we got a few new drivers here tonight as well. I don't think any of them are here. Oh, no, yep, someone is here. We got NSX Barry, who is replacing one of the McLaren drivers. I believe that's Tony. So welcome, Barry, to the league. I haven't seen him pace-wise on what he can do. So, yeah, how do you think he should do? Because Singapore is a very technical track, 19 corners, and a track that can get up to an hour in terms of race time if there's a lot of safety cars, for example.
Yeah, we know about that for sure, about safety cars. But yeah, I think it's not the easiest track to make a debut on. I don't think he'd prefer it if it was like, say, Silverstone or Spain. But yeah, it's good to see obviously new drivers signing up, and obviously that McLaren team has had a lot of turnover in terms of drivers this season. Obviously, it's had a few different pairings, and it's good to see him here. And obviously, Nick and Lukey, obviously they believe he's quick enough for his tier, so we'll wait and see. And hopefully, he can be another guy that maybe out fight at the front of these guys. It's always interesting new drivers join. You're never quite sure. It's always that novelty factor. Where will they fit in? And we'll watch his progress very keenly throughout the whole weekend.
Yes, and it is a track as well where the tyre temps, even though the softs can last quite a bit around this track compared to previous games, you really don't want to be on the softs at all during the race. I think we'll see lots of people start on either the mediums or the hard compounder tyres. As we can see, I think a few people on runs. Who's the first on a run at the moment? I think it's Porsche Evans, who's on the middle of his run now on the soft compounder tyres. Porsche Evans has had a bit of an up and down season, I've got to admit. 16th in the standings currently. Had a DNF in the sprint, but managed to recover to finish 7th in the main race. But surely he would have wanted higher in the main race in Spain last time out, as he heads towards past the long hairpin. It is a very blind apex that you just passed with at the moment, so it is tricky to get your braking right. And this is the newly profiled section coming up now, and a lot of drivers can get caught up by it. And this is the part where we've seen people invalidate as well. But Porsche Evans then going on this back straight. We have seen quite a few overtakes in the lower tiers as well. P3 definitely, and I think we've seen it in P2 as well. I caught a bit of it whilst I was sorting out the champion tweets. Porsche Evans just grazed the wall heading towards the final corner of turn 19. What can he do? Porsche Evans up to the line. It's a 1:29.255. So good lap time right out the gate. I believe Colin's going to be the next to cross the line as he heads towards 18 and 19. He's been looking good in practice with his teammate, looking quite consistent. He goes up to the line, then what can he do? And it is slightly faster by 5,000 of a second.
Yeah, wow. That's very competitive. As Nick's out on the hard tyres, quite interesting though there. So that's an interesting call for him. Yeah, that's a good lap by Colin. Yeah, it's looking very good. These Mercedes drivers, they always seem to have good pace, but they just don't hook it up for whatever reason during the weekend. They always seem to have issues and stuff, and like they were quite quick last week, but they had issues, and they can hook it together. I think they can fight the podiums, but they just don't seem to get the rub of the green, or they seem to make mistakes at the wrong time. As Nick's in the 1:30 on hard, so that's a pretty good lap on hard tyres, I have to say.
Yeah, 1:30.5, and to be honest, I screwed up my quali lap earlier on as well, and that I can't even get that on the soft compounder tyres, so that that just shows how good these drivers are in this league. As CNR, by the way, goes fastest. One of my drivers that really performed last time out in Singapore as well. I'm just trying to see if we've had much pre-race interviews from some of the drivers. We will speak to one of the Mercedes drivers, actually, of Colin. He's been ill all week, not gonna lie, so he hasn't put that much practice, so the lap that he's produced was pretty good. And qualifying, he feels, is not that important, and safety car timing will be the most important. Yes, I got to agree. And Colin is still hoping for that elusive podium, and Nick is hoping for some good points home as well. So Colin goes into the pit lane, but here is our championship contender, Nicolas Oro, who has got to win this one in order to stand a chance of keeping his hopes alive going into Silverstone next week. So we'll see if he can beat his teammate, his championship rival, who's currently sitting fastest with a 28.3. Wow, that is a really fast lap time.
Yeah, I was on board with the end of that lap. He was really good through the final sector. Obviously quite technical. Not as technical as he used to be, but he still got that chicane and last corner get right. And he looks really hooked up, and Timo's definitely in the zone. As yours, we've seen Timo do less runs in qualifying. I wonder if he might feel the same this time, but I think you want to be out there. Obviously, these softs are not really a race tyre, so I expect the drivers to use as many of these soft tyres as possible. So you've got Larkin out on the internet, so I presume that's because he's got to serve his engine penalty and coming straight back in the pits. But Nicolo, it's a bit of a moment, almost hits the wall there. Wow, that was a very lucky escape from there. He lost a lot of time there. He got a little bit Larry, and that was almost disaster for the Haasman there. He just survived, but this lap will be compromised. You lose lots and lots of time down that back straight.
Yeah, Larkin does have to serve his engine penalty. The only driver in the division that has pitted at Singapore, and to be honest, it's a track that is hard to overtake, but there's always been calamities in lap 1. So with him taking it this week, I don't think he's going to be, that worried, to be honest, tonight. As long as he can get through some cars in lap 1, then it's a win-win situation for him. And I don't think there's a rule that you can't go on inters, so he's saving a lot of softs for the race. But I don't think he would want to go for the balanced or the softer option around this track, really, to be honest. But again, it does depend on whether you want to go on softs at the end. But we got Casper then heading towards... What corner is that? I need to remember. That is, I think, turn 12 that he's passed. No, I was close to 13. Very, very close. And he's purple in sector 2. Casper, who's another driver who gets cursed recently about getting podiums because he hasn't had a podium in a while, wants to get one. There's so many drivers that are like, I have the pace for the podium, but I just can't hook it up every single week. So Casper up to the line. What can he do? And it is 1:29.5. Decent lap from the Red Bull man.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad there. Yeah, decent lap there. We've seen years we've been likes of 3/10 off like Posh Evans, who obviously got that podium a few weeks ago, and let's say he's always up there, and it's good to see him get that podium last week. I was happy for him to get that podium. Owen Wyatt, speaking of the podiums, Owen Wyatt's a guy that's had a lot of podiums. Joined mid-season. He's in this fight for. He's a bit behind, but he still may have a chance of a top 5, which would give him free entry to next season. He's 4th place, and that's a good lap there for him. And I've been quite impressed with Owen since he joined the league. Obviously, he didn't have the easiest of races last week, but the races before that were quite impressive for the Northern Irishman.
Yeah, I think he's suited more to this game more than anything, and I think with him taking his engine penalty last week, it really hindered him a little bit. I think maybe he should have took it on a track that was more of an overtaking track, but he thought that Spain was a track where he could overtake, and to be fair, he had a good start, and he managed to get up to 7th, I think, in the sprint, but he just got really compromised in the main race as well. But he is back in business here this evening. More people on their second runs then. I would expect more people to do free runs tonight, because you don't really want to use softs for the main race if you can. Where's Jayco at the moment? He's on his outlap. He's about to start a run, currently fighting for 3rd in the championship with quite a few drivers at the moment. I'm trying to remember who he's fighting with. He's fighting with Cian Armed and Brendan. Yeah, Cian Armed and Brendan for the for 3-3 at the moment. And don't forget, if you finish in the top 5, you get free entry into next season. But if you finish in the top 3, you get some nice little trophies to add to your collection. And I'm sure Jayco would want additional one to add to it. I believe he won the title last season in P1, but yeah, I think he seems to be a bit more consistent towards the latter half of the season.
Yeah, Jayco's obviously a back-to-back champion, because I believe he won the P2 tier
Yes.
P2 tier championship season. So yeah, he won both titles in F1 2022, and he's had a good season this season. Jayco's been one of the more consistent drivers in recent years of one-up racing, and obviously won that chaotic first race in Qatar where the fuel was all sorts of haywire. He's been competitive all the way through this season. His teammate Larkin had a good race last week, good pace-wise. As Collins got up to third place. He's in the 28th now, but yeah, Larkin was quite competitive in the first stint, but obviously had some issues with the pit lane, I believe, which I think the game has moved that pit lane bump into the last corner, so maybe we're quite thankful to get Spain out the way.
Yeah, I think there were certain drivers that were lucky that the bump on the racing line wasn't there the day of the race, because there was an update and it made the bump worse. Apparently there's meant to be an update tomorrow as J. Cole comes across the line in 11th. Someone else just came across the line as well. Brendan heading towards, it was Delta Hunter, who's come across the line in 10th. So some good lap times on the board already. I'm surprised Nicolas Sora hasn't got one yet, but he is purple sector 2 out of anybody so far. So let's see if he can get his lap put together. And to be honest, this is a track where you really need a lot of downforce around it, because otherwise your car's going to slide everywhere. No sign of whether it's going to rain in the race, it looks like, unless the drivers would have complained, not going to lie. But Nicolas Sora goes up to the line then, and it's going to be a 1:28.4 P2. Not quite by Timo standards, but still enough for the top two for now. But he's got to do a lot of work if he wants to beat Timo tonight.
Yeah, he's got to be up there though. He's got to be in the first couple of rows to really give him a fight. He cannot be down in 10th or 11th on the grid. So yeah, that's a good lap for him. A good base for him to attack on his second run, and just over a 10th off there. And if you can stay in second place, he's got a great opportunity as Nick, as a Brendan's moved to 4th place. Brendan, he's had a decent season as well. Brendan's up there, of 21 points off 3rd place. He's still got shot at 3rd place, and yeah, he's good back there. So the field's starting to close up, but I feel like Timo can come out again and put another couple of attempts on that lap. I think Timo knows he's got some extra pace if he needs it.
And this is his second chance to crown the championship, because technically he had one chance last time out in Spain but couldn't quite do it. But I don't think he was worried too much anyway. So yeah, I think if he's going to win the championship, I think it's going to be tonight. And unless Timo has a mistake, which rarely happens in this league for him, it's all going to come, I think, Timo's way. And he has a really good shot winning, I think, the constructors as well. We haven't gone much into the constructors, but we'll do that in just a moment. Boompai, though. Oh no, Boompai's unfortunately invalidated this run, unfortunately. He's had a great season and great improvement compared to previous races, but they just somewhere just couldn't get it hooked in. He's been involved in incidents, or he hasn't shown up to many races. His best result was a P4 in, I think, round number 4 of the season. But apart from that, he's been so close to be getting a podium, but he just couldn't quite do it, unfortunately. So that's another bugbearer for him for not validating his lap. Oh, Casper's invalidated as well.
No, he's backed out that lap now. I don't know if that was in that for him there, but yeah, he's got full battery, so he's timed lap though, so it's a bit. It must be an in lap for him, I presume there. But yeah, it's not good for him. As Lukey is in 7th place, he's the only other guy on the lap, I believe, because I believe Waits is on a lap, I believe, is he? Yes, he's up, but he's just started the lap, so we'll see what Luke can do in the Ferrari. 7th place, not a bad grid stop for him, you have to say, as he's going to approach where this is the Singapore Slinger course. Now it's just one long corner, and now we're going to cross. Yes, man, bridge runs a little bit deep there. That's not ideal for him. Approaching this difficult hairpin, it's so difficult to get the line right here, and there's a bit of a moment there. Runs a little bit deep, and Lukey, I think that was not the best run through the Esplanade Bridge for him, as he's now going to. And he's second off, so he's backed out of that lap.
Yeah, he's backed off at the moment as well. Lukey does have the pace around it. He has been showing it, but at the moment he hasn't hooked up compared to the other guys as well. But we will run for your order then. Timo's currently fastest with a 1:28.3. Nicolas Soro in second, 1:28.4. Cian Armed in third with a 1:28.666. And then we got Brendan in fourth with a 1:28.721 then as well. We had a few drivers who came to us in the media day, in the rivalries, but I don't think anyone would respond. Oh yes, Ian Armed and J. Cole's responded. The only two to have responded actually, so good on P1 here. So they're both battling out for P3, and do they think P3 finish is a good finish for them, or do they want more? And Callum's saying he's happy with a P3 at this point, but he hadn't had the best season. He's been semi-consistent, which is where he is at the moment. And P3 is still a trophy at the end of the day. I agree with that. I would want the trophy, but there's no way I'm going to get P3 anytime soon, but as well. And J. Cole thinks he's going to challenge for P2 in the standings. He wants to keep it, but he thinks he can beat Nicolas Soro and try and get that. But he feels like he hasn't had the best season, so... those were the rivalries there as well. So both of them different expectations. CNN will be happy with P3. J. Cole wants to get one higher than that and get P2.
Yeah, J. Cole's 26 back on Nicolo, so you need a bit of bad luck from Nicolo, but it is possible, yeah. But I think J. Cole, if he finishes second behind Timo, I think that'd be an excellent season for him. And speaking of Timo, he was in the driver's press conference, and he was asked, you stand on the brink of clinching the title. How is your mindset going to Singapore? Will you be racing with caution on mind or business as usual? He just says he's just going to do what he's been doing this season so far, which is basically winning. Most important thing is to either stay very close to Nicolo or be ahead. So that's what he's going to try and do. So he's going to maybe try and follow Nicolo or just stay ahead of him, which is actually what's happening at the moment in qualifying. There's Waitsy, I believe, has retired.
He's crashed off, I think. Oh no, he's in the pit lane. Okay, so he thinks he can't improve. All right.
Yeah. And the final laps are about to get underway, so we'll see if this order changes much.
Colin P3. Colin, that was a very good lap time from the Mercedes driver. And he's got a 10th shy of Sora and Timo. Someone has just had a spin.
Casper.
That was Casper that had a bit of a spin. But I don't think he's going to get another lap in, so he's probably going to retire. Cian Armed, unfortunately, has retired from the session, but everyone else is going to get going on out on flying laps. Owen is just about to start his lap. Lukey's heading past turn 11 and 12. Nick's heading towards the final sector with a Williams ahead of him as well. So we'll see who's going to cross the line first. I think it's our two championship contenders, but Timo, I think, grazed the walls there on exit through 5. And there's a little kick through there towards turn 6 and then heading towards turn number 7 then. And there's always little bumps in the curve which catches drivers out, including myself. So you got to nail that right as well. Timo seems to be handling it with absolute commitment and fastness at the moment. Nicolas Oro purple in sector 2, so he's only going to be the first driver to, I think, come across the line. Checker flag is about to drop in at Singapore, and hopefully we should be in for some great battles in this race as he's heading towards the final few corners then. Oh, just about to voice the wall there. I think it's not good enough to beat Timo, but you never know with this track. 128.005, and I think Timo grazed the rules earlier, so I don't think Timo's going to do enough. Colin goes into the pits. Owen's heading towards set 2. Anyone else about to finish?
Timo's about to finish. He's a few attempts up his lap, but he wasn't the best move for the chicane though for him there. So that might have cost him pole. We'll see what he does through the final corner now. This is going to be very tight. I think it's going to be within a couple of tenths or two. As Timo across the line, and it's second. I think that mistake in the chicane cost him pole position.
Yep, Timo has costed that pole position absolutely massive there as well, and that's really going to help Soro there because he wants to win if Timo finishes second, but Nick's on a run. Oh no, Nick's invalidated. A lot of people invalidated through there, so that is his race qualifying over. Jacob's going to come up to the line and looking for P3 in the standings. Is he going to be P3 on the road? Nope, he's not. Only 8. Owen White currently managed in 7th spot.
Who's gone 8th?
Baird's gone 8th as well, so both McLarens are sharing the 4th row of the grid so far. Konzo, I think, is on a good run as well. Bimpire's going to cross the line now, but I don't think he's going to improve, unfortunately. So let's watch Konzo. He's going to be the last driver to set a lap time. Lukey 7th, by the way. Konzo, what can he do? Only 16th. So that is it then. Nicolas Oro will be starting on pole position, almost in the 127s there.
Yeah, good lap there by him. He hooked up there when he needed to, and he's given himself the best opportunity to keep this, well, I have to say, minuscule hope winning the title championship, but if he can carry it on to silver, so you never know what may happen. Yeah, Timo had a really good first sector. His middle sector was decent, but he's lost some time in the last sector. I think he got a little bit too late for that chicane that cost him pole. Good back there by Colin in third place. Colin, desperate for a podium, and he's given himself a great opportunity to maybe break that duct.
He wants that certificate because he was the one who suggested to have certificates for top 3. So if he gets it, he's probably going to frame it, knowing him. So that's redemption in itself. I think best of the rest, at the moment. Best of the Welshman as well, with CN Armed in 4th. But let's run through your order then. We've got Nicolas Soro in P1, Timo P3, Colin in 3rd, CN Armed P4, Forbes of Brendan in 5th. We've got Nick in 6th, Lukey 7th, Owen White 8th, Barrett on debut in 9th, not too bad from him, and J. Cole in 10th. We got Posh Evans, Casper, Calzo, Delta Hunter, Waitsy, Konzo, Boompie, and then we got Larkin, who obviously had to serve his engine penalty. And if you fail to serve your engine penalty, you do get a 20-point reduction, which is absolutely massive, not gonna lie. But whilst we wait for the race to start, do you want to go through our sponsors?
Yeah, I can do. I don't mind doing that at all. We thank you for our sponsors for the excellent support as always in the past few seasons, and we're going to mention Next Level Racing, who have been a long time sponsor of the league. They sponsor the league by providing the following prizes. One of our drivers' champions, obviously one of them is Zempler. They will win an NLR FGT Elite Wheel Plate Edition and ES1 seat. That's a great prize. Anybody finishes second or third in the drivers will win a Next Level Racing GT Elite Light Wheel Plate Edition and ES2. And any driver will have a chance of winning an NLR 2.0 wheel stand. Pure Sim Gear, they sponsor the league by providing their gloves or socks to a driver who has the most combined fastest laps or pole positions. Azatec Sim Sports, they sponsor the league by providing a multitude of prizes with different ways to win them. The driver with the shortest combined qualifying time will win a set of Invicta Sim Racing boots. The winner of the ERT Go and Get Stuff Award wins an Azatec Sim Sports t-shirt and cap. And the mystery shirt box, they sponsor the league by providing one of their mystery shirt boxes to the winner of the One Hub Racing's driver rankings for season 23, which obviously Cam does an excellent job on. And our partners, Versatine, they partner us with our official apparel. Elite Racing Team ERT, they partner us with the Go and Get Stuff Award, and shout out to all the ERT drivers who are racing tonight. And SimGrid, we are powered by SimGrid. Our seasons run through their community platform. Our sign-ups, our results, our standings are all done through SimGrid, which takes a lot of stress away from running the league.
I think you did that well, and we're about to get underway, so that was a good time in there as well. So again, thank you to all our sponsors, because without you, we wouldn't be racing here at One Hub Racing. But 5 red lights are on then for the Singapore Grand Prix. Nicolas Soro on pole, and we are underway, and the timing tower is not there, so I can't see anything. There we go. As Nicolas Soro gets a good start from team ending towards turn number 1, and we got one of the Ferraris and all the Aston Martins trying to get squeezed from Brendan, it looks like, as well. Colin managing to hold on to third. There is a big pile up in the background. I think it's Casper that's lost a bit of momentum. Delta Hunter as well under pressure from a lot of guys up front. Another spin. Oh no, it's Berra who started 9th and has got a damage to his front wing, and we got a VSC. Chance for us to catch our breath and look at what tyres everybody's on. And unsurprisingly, Jamie, most people have gone for either mediums or hards, except Nicolo, Brendan, Konzo, and Delta Hunter.
Yeah, see the soft synths, they aren't the ideal race tyre, but if you're at the front of the field and you want to get a good start, a good couple laps, pull away, then it will work well. But I think this VSC has sort of hurt Nicolo. I think he wanted a clean start there to try and pull a gap. As the soft tyres, they can run the 14 laps, but realistically they're about 3 or 4 or 5 laps really, because the tyre wear's alright, it's just they overheat massively. So as they're underway again, but yeah, Nicolo will be looking to pull a gap on Timo before the DRS kicks in. But I think his tyres might go before that. And look at Timo, he's all in the back of Nicolo. He had a good restart, that VSC, as we hopefully get our timing information back as we have there.
Yeah, but luckily, because it got a bit confusing as to who's where at the moment. But let's look at who's gained the most positions so far in this race. Brendan and CN Armed. Brendan's gained a position. C Unarmed has lost one. Biggest gainer though, Larkin, after starting at the back, is now up to 13th, so one place away from points. Konzo, he's in 12th position. He's gained 4 places. Calzo up 2. Posh Evans up 1, and so is Jacob. Biggest loser, Barrett down 9, and Casper down 5, and with Delta Hunter down 2. So those were the ones who lost the biggest positions here today as well. And this is a very technical circuit to get right. Any major error could cause people to go into the wall, but Brendan on those soft tyres trying to get past Colin ASAP, and he does. And to be honest, I'm not really that surprised because the softs will be all right now, but give or take, I think, a lap or 2. Those softs won't last long at all, so he's done the right thing to get past. Now I'll try and increase the gap, but if I was Colin, I don't think I would worry too much at this point.
No, Colin didn't use battery there at all. Brendan used battery getting through. Brendan needs to make focus, and these softs, it's important you pit on the right lap as he's closing on a bit on T with it. You have to pit on the right lap. If he pits on the right lap, he could work a treat. But if he stays out 1 lap too many, you can lose about 3 or 4 seconds. So I think Brendan would keep a close eye on the tyre temperatures, and he'll make a judgment call when to pit. And obviously you'll get a massive undercut, but the undercut is powerful around here, but also it is a high degradation circuit, so you need a balanced strategy and higher stint length, which is it's a difficult balance around here, but I think these guys have got it under control. There's not many changes in the top 8 really, apart from Brendan making them 2 places. The rest of the top 8 stayed pretty stagnant.
Yeah, which is quite surprising actually. I was expecting more movements right now, but it is the top tier. I think they're more aware of moves being made and them trying to conserve their tyres a little bit. I think a lot more people have done Singapore races in this game, as Casper has had a moment again. Last corner. I don't think he's got damage though. He is struggling a little bit. So if you spin around here, it's going to be hard to get your momentum back really. So I think if he's got some hards left, maybe he's gone for the harder option, maybe that's the case. Owen White though trying to go up the inside of Lukey towards turn 7. A bit of a squirm from Owen White though, as Lukey tries to go up the around the outside into turn 8. Now becomes the inside line. No, Owen stays ahead. So great job defending from Owen there, as Jacob on the back of this as well. And I think Jacob will definitely want to get ahead of Owen, because Owen still thinks he can get P3 in the driver's title, and Jacob wants 3rd in the driver's title too. So Owen's got to be sure that he can keep keep ahead of Jacob, because otherwise there could be some issues. DRS is activated, and this is one of the DRS straights as well, so Jacob's going to use his battery. Oh, he was going to use his battery. He's backed off a little bit there, but yeah, they're all keeping it clean so far, which is great to see, but we'll keep an eye on the gap between Nicola Sora and Timo, as if the gap comes down even more, we know that Sora's tyres will start to die, but not quite yet.
I think Brendan's tyres are dying now, because Colin's all the back of him now. As I mentioned that last lap, Timo's 9/10 off, so he just about hung on DRS, and now Timo's got to pitch back, because Colin's a big snap there and almost loses it, and he did hang on, but surely his countryman C-Armed will be getting by here, but Colin fights it. Unarmed's off track. These 2 Welshmen aren't being best mates here. They're having a good old scrap there, but Colin had a big moment at the back of Brendan. He's looking to move at Brendan. Now he's got to fight for his life with Unarmed, Nick right with him. So yeah, that was a big moment there for mates, and that's what we've seen from the Merc guys this year. They just make mistakes at the wrong time. Unarmed's going to go up the inside. He thinks better of it. I think on lap 4 you just be a bit more circumspect, as J. Cole's got by Lukey. Lukey's starting to fall down a bit. Lukey's going to try the same thing he did to Owen around the outside, but there's not enough room there for him, and he has to concede the position. So J. Cole's up to 8th place.
Yeah, J. Cole doing a very great job, but he probably wants to get past more drivers as well. Nick keeping it calm as well. And if I have an idea of what? Oh, Nick, that was a save from Nick. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Colin's got an issue. He's struggling. He's getting loads of snaps oversteer. I think Colin may have an issue with his car here. He's just got no confidence at all. It's going to be a drag race between 2 Welshmen into this, obviously, this new layout of track, and Unarmed just has enough room and squeezes through. That's an excellent move there for him, but Colin's going to be on his battery. He's desperate to get the move back, and this is helping Brendan pull away, of course, and Unarmed is going to have to back off, and Owen White's got past Nick and all that, so Owen's making great progress up to 6th place, as Nicolo is in the pits, so he's pitted on lap 4. I think that's a good time for him to pit, I think.
Yeah, I think if I was on the soft tyres, I would have done exactly the same thing. So, yeah, good timing for him. But if there's a safety car, he's screwed. But if I was him, maybe go on to a set of hards now and maybe a set of mediums at the end, and then you'll be on the fresher tyres. But nope, he's going on mediums. He thinks there could be a safety car. And if there's a safety car, I think from lap 10 onwards, I would say go on to a set of hards to the end. So I think that's what Nicolas Oro is praying for. I think he will pit anyway. As Bumpy's out of the session.
Jay's out.
VSC.
It's a VSC.
Now that
so
was bad
Nicolo
timing.
And Brendan were leaving the pits. I don't think they'll the game much of it though. You see, the VSCs in this game can be quite short, and we'll see what happens there. But Bump J obviously, what's happened here? Did he? I think he binned it in the penultimate corner. Did he?
I think there's certain drivers that are struggling for a bit of grip at the moment on these medium tyres, and it's not really that surprising because I think VSC's still out. I thought it was going to come in there.
No.
But I think you probably noticed it when you were on mediums earlier on. The first few laps on those mediums, absolutely fine. But then after that, you really start to struggle to get the temperatures into gear as well. Which I was on the mediums for like 8 laps or something before I then came on to... no, I was on mediums for 6 laps and then a safety car came out. So yeah, then I was going to go on the memes at the end of the race, but it turns out I didn't end up going on it at all. So me saving a set of memes were for nothing. But VSC about to end, it looks like, as Colin is keen to get going.
Yeah. This is helping team up on a nice gap. Yeah, the mediums were right at the end of the race, actually. They felt quite good on low fuel, but I think on high fuel they weren't that good. As, so we'll get the countdown pretty soon. Boom J did crash on last corner. As Colin's in the pits, he's going to take advantage of a cheap pit stop. Is he? Oh, yeah, he's almost.
Has he cut that?
He came out of the pit lane there, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of cut it, and I don't think you're meant to do that. But I think he's all right. But I think for the pre-shows briefing, you're not allowed to cut the pit lane. But he's going on hard tyres. I wonder if he's got 2 hards left, because I wonder if he's gone for a harder option. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think many people went for that. Oh, has Nicholas left the session?
Yeah. Jacob just passed him, actually, and then he's disconnected. So Nick's going to have to rejoin quickly, because look, he's in a massive pack. He's going to lose a load of time here. And as I felt this track would be his new layout, I feel like Singapore may be a bit of a DRS train affair, I think, with this new layout. So we'll wait and see if that's true. But yeah, Nick's hemorrhaging loads of position. That's a shame for him, because he was having a good first stint. He was very feisty with unarmed and his teammate. But look at this, he's just losing a ton of places. There's now Owen Wyatt and Jacob. They made great progress. Look at the Harrying unarmed, and this could be a good battle for podium places. We'll see what happens with Nicolo when he does pit, but Nicolo is going to come to some traffic pretty soon, so he's going to have to clear that pretty quickly before he's undercut to work.
Yeah, and we were doing practice earlier on, Jamie, and I pitted earlier for a set of hards, and then you pitted earlier than me on the second stint, and I think it's around about 2 or 3 seconds we gained each when we both pitted and did undercuts. So that is absolutely massive around here. So these guys, I think it will have to be undercut for him. Luckily, Nick has just joined, woohoo, but he's now dropped down into 8th place, and it looks like Larka's going to get past him as well. But Konzo gets past Lukey as Lukey comes in for his first stop. That is a bit early for these
mediums
stops
as well. Yeah, that's quite incredible. Conzo's still on these softs, by the way, and Delta Hunt, and they've gone a long way in the softs. Yeah, Lukey's going for a very aggressive strategy. I wonder if Lukey's going for the double hard strategy. I think that might be his thinking here, going for the double hard. Obviously, we know the hard tyre is probably the most consistent tyre over the race distance. We don't see the hard tyre too much in two-stock race, but around here, it is probably the best race tyre. So yeah, Lukey's going for a different strategy than everyone else there. Delta is in for the softs, but yeah, that's a very early
the hards
pick-up
were pretty good in the race earlier. It felt pretty decent even after having like 3 or 4 safety cars. But yeah, I think it feels better than any other track, to be honest. If it's like a track like, what track can you think that is rubbish on hard tyres? Probably Bahrain.
Las Vegas, probably, because Las Vegas, Bahrain. Yeah, Las Vegas is awful for hards because of the track temperature. But yeah.
Yeah, don't go on hards in Las Vegas. I tried
Hungary.
that.
Hungary. Remember the Hungary race when Nick pitted for hards and Colin, and there was just nowhere. Hungary was quite a surprisingly bad track for the hard tyres, actually, as Nicolo has cleared Casper. So he's got a bit of clear air now, so he can push now. He's got 9 seconds to wait, see, so he can give it a bit of a push now and try and build up a bigger gap as possible. As now, just to say, Timo's got a nice lead. He's got it covered to everybody else. I think his championship rival is going to be his main threat today. I think we've seen different drivers challenge him. I think today it looks like Nicolo and possibly Brendan. Brendan's got good pace, but Brendan has picked up a penalty which will cost him later on. It's a 3-second penalty, so that's going to be crucial. Track limits can be an issue around here, especially at probably the last corner. It's the main issue where you get pinged for track limits. And look how he's under the Red Bull's a moment there. Oh my God, Brendan almost hit the wall there. Casper had a slide on, and I think Brendan may have picked up some damage there. Oh, that was very nearly disaster. His car's okay, but Casper showed so much traction there, and Brendan almost collected him there. That's an unfortunate incident for both of them.
I think that was an unfortunate incident that could have ended their races as well. And don't forget, Brendan's already pitted for a set of those mediums hards, and there's fresh mediums, and you can already see that the fresher rubber is definitely starting to help. So I think that's going to be worrying for people that have stayed out currently, but they're probably hoping for a safety car. It can last, I think, optimally 11 or 12 laps before the hards become the more optimum tyres. So yeah, Timo is still holding on for now, and I'm looking at my data that I've written down, and it's one of the longest pit lane losses on this game. I think Silverstone's won it. It's about 27.2 seconds. So gap to leader between Timo and Nicola Soro is 21.6. So the more that Timo is out, Nicola Soro is gaining. But I think Timo is going to be on the fresher rubber, so he can probably try and close in anyway, as long as the gap is not that much as well. But bearing in mind, if Timo was to finish second, Nicolo must win the race. If Nicolo wins, his title fight is still alive. If Timo wins the race, well, the fight is over and Timo would win the championship. But we do hope it goes to Silverstone. But if it does go to Silverstone, I think Timo's going to win it anyway. But Posh Evans goes on hards, Conzo on mediums, interestingly enough. So he's doing a double medium stint. He probably thinks a safety car's going to come in, I think, 3 or 4 laps time. So that's brave. So Colin has got a really big undercut as well, so he's going to be ahead of the likes of Jaco right now. But Jaco is going to be on the fresher rubber, so we'll keep an eye on him as the race continues.
He did console there. He did 8 laps on them soft tyres. That is a pretty impressive stint from them soft. I don't know if it was the best shot plan in the world, but he's now on mediums and he can push now. So you've got Lukey and Jaco got outside. Jaco's off track a little bit there. Lukey likes going on the outside here, but I don't think it's a line reader there. And Jaco does hang on, but Lukey on warmer tyres than Jaco. Jaco's has to pit, so he's got to get them tyres up temperature. Now it's crucial for Jaco to keep the fireman behind. He's got to try and somehow keep him behind. But with Lukey's chance to overtake here, he'll be down DRS straight. Has to get a good exit through the hairpin. It's so difficult to form the car for here though. He has a bit of a moment there. Managed to hold on to it though. Now how can he deal with the hairpin? So difficult this corner. He's running a little bit. Good run there. He's got an opportunity, but I think Jaco will surely defend the inside line.
Owen's passing. I'm going to start-finish straight, but we're keeping an eye on this
Lukey
battle with Jaco. Lukey on the outside. Lukey holding his line there. Yeah, that was close for Lukey.
Good defence for Jaco, I have to say. He did enough there. Lukey almost disaster there for him. Now Jaco will get them tyres up temperature. Taiwan isn't really an issue out there. I think now Jaco them tyres up temperature and they can now pull away. Now Lukey's got to worry about Posh Evans, who's having a decent race so far. He's made a decent recovery from his qualifying, and he's in there for some good points as Casper gets a speeding penalty.
I was hoping it wasn't Nick there, but luckily it wasn't. But breaking news, by the way, we don't just have one champion tonight, we have 2. So congratulations, JM, you who's won the P2 championship. So I think we could get a situation where we could get 3 titles all wrapped up in one night here in Singapore before we watch the United States Grand Prix. But the one that was looking likely that it was going to go to next week is not going to next week now. But JM, if you're watching, congratulations on your second title in one hub. I think it's your second title. I don't know. But anyway, congratulations if you're watching. Now go get your butt in P1 next season.
Yeah, another German champion, obviously with Zempler, and obviously a former commentator as well. So James been a long time member of one of He's obviously made his return this season after a breakaway. It's good to see him win, and he needs to be in this tier next season. If he's racing next season, we'll make sure he's in this tier because he's got good pace.
Don't worry, I'm
one of
the owners. I'll make sure of it.
Whereas Nicolo's just overtaken Waitress, so Nicolo's making good progress through the field. And what's the gap to leader? The gap to leader is 19 seconds. So at the moment, it's going to come out, I'd say, about
VSC.
6 or 7 seconds. And VSC, though, that might help Timo. What that VSC for? It's hard to tell. Not any.
Brendan's going in the pits. It's Brendan.
Wait.
Brendan's got front wing damage.
Yeah. All right, so that VSC sort of works for him, though, because he can pit now, and he's doing 2 pit stops now. Will he be able to get a set of hards to the end? I think you can. It's possible, but he will be struggling in the race. But yeah, Brendan, that VSC has reduced the damage from that incident. We didn't see what happened there, but yeah, new footing on the Williams car is now. Where's Timo in relation to this? Will Timo be able to get around to the pits? As Posh Evans has got a drive-through penalty for speeding, and I know how that feels, and we're underway.
Yeah, I would definitely feel bad for speeding in the pit lane around here, because I've almost done it quite a few times as well. You have to slow all the way down as well, and a lot of people can get caught out by it as well. So you've got to think on your feet really as well. I'm very impressed that there's been no safety car so far. So all the drivers have been keeping it clean, which is great to see. I'm just seeing Timo's not using that much battery compared to everybody else, so I think he's just keeping the gap up front. And I think I'm just looking at the gap now between himself and Owen White. It's still pretty decent, but I think he's just managing it. But he's got to be careful that Nicola Soro does not close up, because if there's a safety car, Timo is screwed at this point, because Nicolo could come in for a set of the hard tyres. So I don't think he started on the hards, because he can get his 2 stops out of the way and go in the pits. Timo will still have 1 stop to make, so it would be advantage Nicolo. It would be advantage Nicolo if there's a safety car now.
Yeah, but I think Timo's gone for a massive tyre offset, which, yeah, if there's no safety cars, it's probably the best strategies on here. But if the safety cars come out, he's very vulnerable. So Timo can just pit whenever he feels like it. I think at the moment there's a Nicolo's now past Calzo, so he's up into 3rd place, and now Timo will be able to see. Now Timo will be able to see Nicolo. Now Nicolo will be able to see Timo on his relative, so he'll be able to see that gap live. So that might give him some extra motivation to find some more pace. But yeah, he's going to come out with quite a big lead, but Timo's got a massive tyre offset. I wonder if Timo maybe thinking of maybe sticking the set of softs on for a cheeky couple of quick laps in the middle of the race. I don't know.
It depends if he saves some in quali.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, we've seen some of these guys do some good stints on the softs. Obviously, I don't think it's the optimum tyre, but he may fancy at the end of the race, maybe just do that for. We know he likes to do these fastest laps at the end, like a bit like his countryman Max Verstappen. As he's in their pits now, and I think he'll be going on a set of mediums or hards here as Owen Wyatt's in as well. So Nicolo will inherit the lead of the race. So how big will the lead be?
Quite a bit, I think. But I'm going to predict 10 seconds, I think, or 8 seconds. So Nicola Soro comes up now in towards turn 1, and Timo just exits. So I think it's going to be about 8 seconds, I'm reckoning. So he comes out then.
It's going to be quite close to Nick, actually. Nick's going to be very close to Timo here, but I think it's going to be just ahead of Nick. Nick's going to get him, I think, though. Round the outside, Nick on warmer tyres. Now, yeah, Nick gets ahead of Timo there, so that's going to irk Timo a bit. He should clear the Mercedes man pretty easily, but I don't think he's had that into mind, seeing that Mercedes ahead of him.
That's Colin, not Nick.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, Colin, yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, and Colin, I don't think challenged Timo there, because Timo had the pressure up in it, and it doesn't take long to pretty much get your tyres up to temperature when you're on fresh medium. So there we go. Timo is up into 3rd, and we can start to see the gap coming through thick and fast as well. So yeah, to be honest, I'm relieved that none of the tiers tonight have had rain. So that is good. That is very great to see. I was a bit worried because I didn't have a wet setup, and I don't think you did either. So we both would have been screwed.
Yeah, it's pretty ironic though how this tier, the wet race, was in Las Vegas, which is probably the least likely
and Portugal.
race. Portugal, yeah. It's a bit weird, but anyway, yeah, he's cleared it now. Now Timo is closing that gap massively now. Calzo should be no problem with him. Calzo might pit before he catches up to him, but yeah, 7 seconds. It was 9 seconds out of that, but it's 7 seconds. That just shows you how overpowered the
new tyres, as I know, because I stayed out on the first safety car, led the race, and literally I got overtaken by everybody because they're having old tyres and everyone else has new tyres. So yeah, the new tyres are a massive factor around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how I reckon in about 3 or 4 laps he'll be back in the Colo.
I had a feeling you stayed out at the start because I was wondering why was I 11th and not 10th, and I was like, Jamie stayed out, but I had no clue where you were.
I had a good safety car restart. It's the first time I've had a good safety car restart, but yeah, it was fun to lead a few laps. As Timo's, look how much he's gaining on Calzo. He's almost in DRS range already. This was a 4-second gap not too long ago. It just shows you. I say Calzo's doing a decent job on them hards. He's obviously given himself a good working range. He got a spinner. I believe that is Posh Evans.
Safety car.
Won it. Yes, he has. Yeah. So
now
this is what Nicolo
wanted that because he can go on hards. Because he started on softs.
Yeah, he got a. Yeah.
And I think Timo could potentially go on it too as well. If you got a set of hards left, use a set of hards. Yeah. Get to the end.
They haven't. Neither of them have used hards yet. Obviously, Nicolo's done soft medium, and the team have done medium. So unless they've selected the softer strategy, then we are going to have or even if it's soft strategy, you get a set of hards. So yeah, they will get hard tyres.
Yeah.
One person didn't want that safety car was Calzo, who hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, but I don't think those memes are going to get to the end. It might, but if there's another safety car, you could go on to another set of mediums, to be honest.
We've got hards left.
I know Nick has got another set of hards left, because I know from what he said in practice, he was like, he's going for the harder option.
Yeah.
You got to thank Nick for me choosing the harder option today. Without Nick, I would have been nowhere. But Calzo comes in.
Situation in our race, safety car sort of this time, and I didn't pit because I had a driving penalty. I think I'll just work out.
Yeah, you just stay out. Yeah,
I should have pitted for hards and.
I remember pitting a lap before or something. I can't remember. There were so many safety cars in ours here that we ran out. I think we had one VSC and like four or five safety cars. Too many on reduced, not gonna lie. Absolutely ridiculous.
Timo's come out on. Timo's staying out. That's interesting.
So Timo.
He stayed out.
Yeah, Timo stayed out. So let's look at the tyres then. The stop. Top 3 have stayed out. Interesting. Yeah. Nicholas Oro's done 2. So it's Colin J. Cole, Conzo, Nick, Waitsy. Casper coming in as well. And as expected, Nick has gone for a fresh set of hards. So if you got a spare set of hards, it's pretty much a no-brainer at this point. And then
a lot of mediums though. Mediums can get to the end of it, yeah, but last few laps might be struggle bobs. These are the top tier guys. I think these top tier guys.
Those top tier guys can get the mediums to the end, I think.
They're a better tie wear than us bottom tier guys do. So they'll be fine to get to the end.
Yeah, because we can only manage 10
I wonder if Timo's thinking here, if I can get away, if I can pull a gap and then pit, then you might see a lot of, if there are no more safety cars, Timo's going to have to do quite a bit of overtaking, I think. That could be something to watch out for.
And people do know that there's a title decider as well. Will some people help out Timo and let him go past to fight Nicolo, or will they be defending Timo as well to take the title fight to Silverstone? Because it all depends where Nicolo finishes and Timo finishes as well, because even though if Timo finishes a certain position, if Nicolo doesn't get a good finish either, then Timo wins the championship. So at the moment, I think basically, if Timo doesn't score, Nicolo has got to pretty much be 10th or 11th with fastest lap. And I don't think Timo's going to not score, I'm not going to lie, but he's going to find it hard to overtake. Or he probably watched what happened in P3 and think there's going to be another safety car coming out, probably about lap 2021, and he could have gone on to a set of he could go onto a set of mediums at the end, which is probably what I should have done. But anyway.
We had the worst situation that race, we had a safety car and a lap of safety car came in. I've never seen that before.
I've had that in another league, which I'm not going to say. It happened plenty of times.
We won a reduced safety car setting. That was weird.
That was very, very weird.
Yeah. Got a nice little breather here. So Brendan's pitting. He was on soft. I wonder if Brendan put softs on to maybe just to get rid of his mandatory tyre set change. And
that is a good point.
Set. mediums here. No, that's or to just. Oh,
And
yeah.
Owen needs to still serve his mandatory stop because he's done 2 memes, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Might be wrong, unless he started on hards.
Owen's only do 1 stop though, so he's got to stop whatever.
Yeah, he's
So,
got to stop whatever
Timo,
anyways. So
unarmed, Owen, Larkin, and Cowsall have got to stop. Again.
yeah, everyone. Brendan's, by the way, has done 4 stops.
Yeah, that is quite amazing. That
doesn't. Pretty much, if you keep on the black stuff, even if you've had trouble at the start of the race,
yeah.
you can still climb up there.
I've done a race round here where I've run every single tyre set. Every single tyre
And
set.
I think you got P2 that race as well.
Yeah. That was,
and that was a race I bottled a race win because it put me on wet.
yeah. That's
I ended up crying at the
That's
end of
back
it.
when I could take my opportunities.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's
enough
move on.
about that. Let's move on. It's about P1
Yeah.
here now. As Brendan is the only one to have got a penalty so far. I'm surprised no one else has got any time penalties.
No, yeah, I think it is quite surprising. But this track, if you know where the track limits are, you can avoid them quite easily. So, but it's just when you're pushing it. Well, when I get my track limit ones, it's when I'm like trying to pass people. And you go for different lines to try to upset the driver's head, and you go a little bit over. So
Yeah, I'm the same.
yeah.
I'm the same. I always tend to get a penalty when I'm trying to close up to the driver in front.
Yeah, you try to keep with a faster driver, and it's probably the best thing to do. Maybe just to
It is quite hard to try and keep a faster driver who's behind you. It is difficult, but if you are the fastest driver in the league, it's harder trying to get past a slower driver. So either way, you're in a lose-lose situation if you're the faster driver or the slower driver. So I think Timo is in probably the best shout here of trying to increase that gap, and then when there's a safety car, you can come in for another set of mediums and no problem at all. And there might be some other drivers that could potentially do that, or they might try and stay out and get to the end as well. But we do know how it gets. The more that you're on the hard tyres, the more understeery it gets, and it's an absolute nightmare to try and keep your car in a straight line. So I think if Konzo and Nick have another safety car as well, Nick's probably going to potentially stay out and try and get that elusive podium. Colin, I think, would stay out as well, but that's going to be, I think, a bit of more of a push. I think the hards will get to the end. The mediums won't. Safety cars in this lap, though, Jamie.
Safety car in this lap. Timo obviously has plenty of experience in safety car restarts this season. The safety car takes a big lead now, and now he's got to control the pace, make sure his tyres up to a nice temperature, and then he can go wherever he wants. We tend to see different options on Singapore. We tend to see drivers either go before the chicane or after. I think Timo may fancy the later option here and just try and catch Unarmed out of arms. I think Unarmed knows his best opportunity to pass him is on the restart, but Timo has got a lot of experience in restarts, and he's going to go relatively late. Safety car's in the pit lane now, so he can go if he wants, and he's still
I tried going here
late.
in P3, but it literally wouldn't let me for some reason. Probably because the safety car was still coming into the pits. Probably I was going a bit too fast, probably that. But Timo manages to keep it all right on the white lines. And it's about 7 tenths clear already. Look at the gap that he's pointing to see unarmed. Owen Wyatt, though, is right on the back of him as he heads towards turn 3 and 4. But yeah, the only reason why I think I got caught up in it, people get caught up in the limiter, is because the safety car is still on track. If it's not on track, that's when you can pretty much go full throttle, and that's what people need to learn. And
I got it.
You got it spot on.
Nicolo on Owen already, and yeah, I got it. I worked out trick there. I went at similar time where he went as Nicolo's up at the third place, so he's got it. He's got to try and clear these cars. What happened there?
That was a quite close between Nicolas Soro and Owen Wyatt there. That could have ended in tears.
Yeah. Owen trying to fight back, obviously, but Nicolo wants to. I think Nicolo has to clear unarmed here. I think that he's got to be the cork and bottle here, and he's got to try. He knows realistically, if there's no more safety car, he's favourite for the race win here, but he has to get past this Alpha because I think he's quicker than him, and at the moment Timo's Timo's got a 2-second lead. Timo's had an excellent restart here. Really nailed it as he has done all season. And now Nicolo, no DRS this lap, but he's got to use. I think you have to use your battery here just to get the move done. And look, it's just easy for him. I don't think he'll know to really fight it too much. No, he doesn't. He lets him through, and now I think now we've got the battle for the race win ahead of us. Obviously, Timo's still to pit, and Timo will be desperate open for a safety car. That's what he needs.
Yeah, Timo fastest lap so far, 1:30.944 for the AlphaTauri driver. And Nicola Soro 2.3 seconds back. So Nicola Soro is doing enough so far, I believe, to keep his championship hopes alive. I will get my notes up. So Timo's currently leading. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, not at the moment. But again, Nicola Soro is a net race leader. Timo has still yet to stop. So, but
Yeah.
how is Nicola Soro going to get his tyres to the end? I do not know. And again, everyone else around him is going to pray for a late safety car, which could turn the race up on his head because people won't know what to do with these guys, as Berry is having a nice battle with Brendan, it looks like. Berry is slowly coming back into this race, but unfortunately he's not going to get points so far. And when I'm racing, top 12 do score points, and you do get a bonus point for the fastest lap, which currently belongs to Timo in the top 10. And outside the top 10, I believe that is Delta Hunt. No. Not Delta Hunter, Lukey at the moment. So, no, not Lukey, Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan, 132.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's Brendan at the moment.
Yeah, Luke. Yeah, Luke's at the 33. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Brendan with a 132.7. It's hard to keep track, but luckily we're not the ones that do the standings. Cam does. So, Cam does expect to.
He does a great job of that as well. Yeah.
Even though he gets frustrated when things are done wrong with the commentator scrolling through the standings. But he always makes sure he puts it in the right way, and I don't think I would do that on SimGrid. I don't even know how SimGrid works personally. So that's why we get Nick.
It's quite complicated.
And that's why we get the likes of Nick, Luke, and Cam to do it, because they know what they're talking about.
Yes. Look at Owen White here. Owen White wants to get moved on see around. He's on these old hard tyres. I don't think they're working for him really, and Owen's got a great run here. I think Ronaldo may have to pit again, as Owen's going to go up the inside here, and it's a pretty easy move there. Siram doesn't really fight it, and yeah, he'd be hoping these mediums drop off and he can maybe fight back later in the race. That will be his hope here, as obviously he's only 3 laps older, but at the moment the mediums do have superior. And now Nicolo is slowly catching on Timo. He's just got to shadow him, I think, and just wait for Timo to pit, and then Timo will be set in that timing board of light when he does pit.
Yeah, I think, no offence to Nicolo, I think Timo's going to catch up to Nicola Soro because of the pace that he has.
Yeah.
Even though Timo's got to try and get past 3 or 4 cars, as Colin, by the way, gets past Calzo up into 7th, but Calzo's going to fight back on the inside. Oh, a bit of a love tap there as well. It's hard to fight through there as well, but looks like Colin just about gets it done. And Calzo stays in 7th.
Calzo having a decent race, some good fight there. It's good to see. Obviously, he's still got to pit. That 3-second penalty is going to hurt him at the end of the race. And J. Cole now is in this train. We'll get a bit of a DRS train for him behind Larkin here, and I think Colin may fancy it up. Colin struggled so much in the first stint, but I think now he's maybe made some changes to his differential, maybe, and now the car feels a lot more consistent for him. So he almost crashed twice in that first stint. Yeah, that's going to hurt him. Obviously, down in not the best races of Brendan at the moment. So, yeah, it's his second penalty, I believe. So he's got 2 3-second penalties, and now Colin on Larkin. Larkin fights well though. Can he get his stop though? No, he wins a little bit. Now Colin's going to send him beside here. Now would he have to move done? No, there's a bit of wheel banging, and they're still fighting around the outside. Now Colin get a good exit though. Colin is going to fight back. Yeah, but what a great move that was. Now Colin's going to send him beside here. Don't see when he overtakes here. Now he backs out of it. I think he's going to wait for the DRS. As Calzo almost outbreaks himself there, but he gets it. Oh, he does it. Calzo is having a bit of a moment there, and that may allow J. Cole to pass. So both the Alpines are in the wars at the moment.
Oh, we got Jaco and Konzo fighting for P9. The helicopter shot was absolutely lovely, by the way, as Casper and Nick fighting as well for position. Colin and Larkin once again. Oh!
Larkin in the wall. And there's all sorts of incidents behind.
Calzo's in the wall. And no safety car.
No. Bruce Calzo and Corzo are brothers, aren't they? I think they've come together there.
Might have done, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a bit feisty. Obviously, I think we're seeing the guys want to get in good position as Casper now. Casper, out of nowhere, is in 6th place. I don't know where he's come from, but he's out of nowhere. He's in 6th place. We're seeing him fighting down from 3 wide almost. Yeah.
He's up to 6th place.
Oh.
Oh no, 3 seconds as we talk about him.
Yeah, he's having a good race and the penalties. You get banging wheels here between Lukey, Delt Hunter and Posh Evans. Delt Hunter's been the steward a few times this season. A bit surprised to an ex-steward, but they're still fighting hard. And yeah, this is going in tears how close they're getting. But it's incredible how close they are getting. Brent's got a great run here. He's going to fancy a move up the inside of Posh Evans. This is about the 14th place, but it's still excellent fighting as Posh Evans gets another penalty. We start to see the penalties come now because obviously they're pushing a lot harder. So
does Timo remember that he needs to stop?
Yeah, I think he does. We've seen this a few times Tim this season. He does like to leave it late. I think he's at the moment he's goal hanging for a potential safety car, and then when he knows the safety car isn't coming out, then he'll pit. I think realistically he knows that unless he's going to try and I think he's going to go run soft. Surely he runs soft going this late into the race. Now Nick's got to run at Larkin here. Larkin I think may have got a bit damaged from what happened on the previous lap. And Nick, wow, Nick almost lost his car there completely. These cars are getting very close to that wall. Now Larkin going to fight back potentially around the outside. This is the corner where you can now fight for sure. Now Nick's going to run deep. That's going to compromise his exit. Now he's got the 2 Alpines on his tail. But Nick does get the job done, but now he's going to be vulnerable to DRS. Larkin is quite slow in the last corner. I think he might let his teammate through here. Are they going to fight, or is it going to be a deferral? Yeah, it is.
It's going to be, I think, you go and get past as well, which is good effort between the two of them.
Yeah.
As Nicola Soro, 1.2 second gap over Timo currently at the moment. As Lukey gets a penalty. The time penalties are coming in big and fast, and that is not what you want with a track like Singapore.
Now they're pushing harder, they're definitely getting the things. And I think now, unarmed, hard tyres are coming back to him, but he's still got to stop. And now Colin's in a great position for a podium here. He's got a spinner, I believe that is Delta Hunter and Posh Evans. They've come to blows, I believe. And yeah, they're both dropped to the back of the field, so they're realistically out the race unless there's some form of safety car, and there won't be because they've got going, but Delta Hunter has a big moment getting back on track.
Yeah, and we didn't see that because I was watching the gap between Timo and Nicola Soro come down at the moment. So we'll get through the stops once again then. So it's just Timo, Owen, C Unarmed, Larkin and Calzo yet to stop. So if some of these guys will have saved a set of softs for the end of the race. So probably about lap 27 they would come in because there was no way they can get it done. If there was a safety car, then they would go on the soft tyres. Brendan, on the other hand, he's done 4 stops and at the moment he's fighting for points, but he's got loads of pens. As Colin, by the way, up the inside, up into 4th spot. Can he hold his line around the outside? He does. And by the way, I don't want to jinx more. I'm not in a jinxing or anything. I see some rain as well.
I thought I saw some water on the yeah. Well, that's what Timo was hanging out for, rain.
And that's why Owen is doing as well. But
yeah, so now we're
talking. That's probably why. But before the rain came, I have to say, Colin's in a net P2.
Yeah, Colin's got to catch up to Owen now.
He's got to catch up to Owen.
That's what he's got. Same for Nicolo. Nicolo has to get by Timo.
If he doesn't, Timo's champion.
Yeah, because I think if it rains on lap 24, it will get to a stage where, unless it's that light rain we see sometimes, where it's not dry enough for either tyre, I think we will change tyres possibly, and obviously Timo will have to pit whatever. We've seen this once already. Timo almost hits the wall there. I was on body there. He had a big moment there and almost hit the wall, and that's allowed Nicolo to take the lead. So Nicolo didn't need to overtake him there. Timo, I don't know what happened there. I just saw the end of it. Timo seemed to be fighting that car.
He's getting very slippery at the moment on track, so it may come down quicker. Nicolo, coming in, and they almost hit each other. It's so slippery. Oh my goodness! Luckily, it's ghosted.
He's ghosted through.
That could have ended in tears. I think it is intermediate tyres. Colin stayed out. Colin!
Wow.
What has he done? What has he done?
That was, I don't know, but that's Wardo. So the answer to the mystery is Wardo says Timo's got to change his wing. I wonder if that scraping of the wall gave a bit of wind damage. Now that's given Nicolo quite a nice lead, and Timo's just come out just ahead of Owen White. Now we know how quick Timo is in the wet conditions, but Nicolo's got to have a nice lead here of a round, as he hasn't
6
quite been
seconds.
second time in here. 6 seconds, yeah. So yeah, that
well,
is.
to be fair, it's still quite dry in some places, though.
Yeah, Colin. I think Colin's just gambling on it staying dry. I think.
Oh, yeah, he's
But
gambling and hoping for a
He's
safety
looking
car.
very slidey.
It is looking quite damp in some places, though.
Yeah. Casper's gained a
catching.
lot. Casper's keeping with Colin, you know. He's keeping with Colin, so Casper's having a good race. That penalty's going to hurt him not at the end.
But if
yeah,
there's a safety car, he's back in it. Oh, look at this. This is damp in sector 2.
He's going to pit.
Oh,
You got to
Colin!
pit now. If I was.
Colin spinned it.
Oh, is it?
Safety car.
Oh, he's from the lead. Safety car now. Has that helped him?
I think that he's gonna lose time anyway. But
Nick. Thing is, Nick's going to cost Nick because Nick is going to be
oh,
behind
Colin. I
Oh,
think
Brendan.
he's gonna probably retire from the race.
I
Oh,
think Colin just let his teammate through though. Colin just let Nick through there because he knows
I hope there's
Nick's
no.
gonna get.
I don't think it was intentional because Colin's a steward. We
Colin
know
let
that.
Nick through there because obviously he knows Nick the double stack, so he knows Nick is gonna have to.
And this
will
is
help
so
his team up,
damp.
'cause
So
Nick's-
that is going to help the
Yeah.
ones who haven't stopped yet. So Casper could come out in the lead.
I think Nicolo might just get him, but I think Casper may come out ahead of Tino. There's gaps 25 seconds to Tino, so I think obviously you're going slower in the wet anyway.
Yeah, Nicolo's
And
going
with
to
the
be in the
Delta,
lead.
I think, yeah, and then I think Casper will be second place. You know.
And he wanted a podium, but he's got like 3 seconds of penalties, I believe. Unless he had to serve something.
Casper, he's going to come out ahead. It's going to be very tight. Where the safety car line. Casper's
Oh, he's going to go on the inside.
that
Are
was-
you allowed to battle?
side by side. I think Casper was heading the safety car lines. Yeah, he was. So he stays out just there. That was so close, though. That was very tight. And Colin must be kicking himself. He had to. Whereas Casper goes
that
deep,
was
wonder if he had
a legal overtake, I think.
Yeah. And now he's let back through again.
That's
Colin's
where I
kicked
think
himself.
Timo must
Colin-
have Timo must have gone very wide in order to do that.
Yeah.
So he realised, no, I shouldn't have been
Colin-
ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So Timo's got to get past Casper on the restart, I think. So I believe the 2 quick guys on track are him and Nicolo. Oh, wow, what a drama that is. And Colin, sorry, Colin, I said you looked good for the podium. I'm sorry, but I think I might
We
put-
both jinxed him.
Yeah. I'm feeling a lot of me vibes with Colin this season. We just don't get the right rub of the green. We make mistakes for a long time.
That was
But
me.
he
That
showed
was me
great
on
pace,
Tuesday. That was me on Tuesday around
Yeah, he
Jeddah.
showed great pace. And I think we'll have a grandstand finish here between Nicolo and Timo. And Timo, can he make the championship winning overtake in these last... Is it 3 or 4 laps we're getting the restart? It's hard to tell.
It
So we had
is
5
hard
laps.
to tell. So Timo
We had 5 laps in the P3 tier.
Team,
I'll take 5 laps for my life.
yeah, if Timo finishes third, Nicolo must finish second. So he's got to finish first or second. So even if Owen or Casper get past on track, Nicolo will still keep the championship fight alive. Only just.
Brendan gets another penalty. He's on about 12
He's on like 12
he's on-
seconds.
and the drive-through, so Brendan's out of any hope. British Cup has gone points. Now, I believe you can save a drive-through and save how comes in, as I didn't know that, but I believe you can. So
I
should
literally
come in
didn't
and
know
save
that. I
drive-through.
might try that next week if I
No.
ever get a drive-through.
well, ideally you don't want to get a drive-through.
Ideally, you don't. Ideally,
I
no,
won't
you
try
don't.
it intentionally.
Nah,
I might try it in like a
I will try it
practice
like in
thing, see how
career.
it
I'll try
works.
it in like career mode or something.
Yeah.
Like career mode, just for fun and just like.
Just go 200 mile an hour on the safety car. And just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got. I think I had drive for I think once or twice on this game, and it was because I wasn't concentrating. But
Yeah, Berra's Whereas pretty for another set of inners, a fresh set of inners, that could be good. But I believe Larkin. He's going to say the Larkin. If it is, that's a master stroke. But no, Larkin does.
Larkin
get
does come
so does
ahead.
Konzo.
Yeah.
This pit lane, it's very misleading. You come out the pits thinking, oh yeah, we'll come ahead of these guys, and then that's like 3 seconds down the road.
Yeah. So we're about. I think the safety car is going to come in at this lap or next lap.
Yeah, it should come in this lap because we had a situation in our race where it didn't wait for a car because it was that long out. So yeah, we will go this lap, I believe. I remember Safety car's been out about 3 laps.
I
so
think
believe
that was a second or
gonna
third
get
one when Robin was leading the
we're going
safety
to get
car.
a four lap sprint to the end. So it's come down to a 4 lap race for potentially the championship.
Championship potential decider. So if Nicola Soro messes this up, he's lost the championship because the gap will be that big. And I think the gap, I'm trying to figure out how, so we've got 2 more races and we've got 20 points for a win, so that's 40 points across 2 races, plus 1 point fastest lap, so that's 2 points, so it's 42
And
points. Oh yeah, it's a sprint in it as well.
So that's 12 points as well.
So that is an additional 12 points, so that is 42 plus 12, 54 points on offer between now and... Well, between next week and the USA Grand Prix.
Nicole will have the count back on wins anyway, because he's won basically every race.
Yeah, you mean Timo?
Our Timo, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, you said Nicola. I was going to say what? Nicolo's only won one, and that was when Timo was in it.
For a second mistake, right there. But anyway, safety car's about to go in, so we're going to get a restart now. Wet restart. This is interesting now. Action's going to be very difficult for these guys.
I'm really glad we didn't get it in our tier. Here we go then. We're about to get underway. Nicola Soro nails that restart then. As you can see, Casper tries to cover off Timo. And I think...
He lets him through, I think.
Yeah, he's ERT, so he doesn't want to fight him too much. And he knows that Timo's fighting for the championship. So that's a sportsmanship thing to do. If you know that your esports compatriot is fighting for it and you don't really want to be causing too much trouble, and that is great to see. Respect when it's due. But now we got Casper and Owen. Now, in many leagues, I've seen those two fight for positions in the race, and they're both pretty much even on pace when they're close to each other, and when Casper doesn't get unlucky. So, this is going to be a good fight between the two of them. See unarmed as well. Nick as well, who's doing such a great job on those injuries as well. He can fight back as well. So Nick's on for net P5, Jacob, all this massive train. None apart from Casper letting Timo through. No big changes for positions currently.
No, it's very... Obviously, it's so much more difficult to overtake in the wet than in dry conditions, because the visibility, as I believe Larkin has overtaken Delta Hunter for 12, so he's in the last point position as it stands, but penalties will change that. As we've got a car on the wall, I believe that is Konzo.
That is Konzo, who's spun, and obviously we ran out of safety cars, so we're not going to get another one.
Yeah, it's two...
Oh, reverse,
yeah,
there we go. He's eventually got to go, and he has to pit, unfortunately, so he's out of the point.
Timo's on the back of Nicolo. Timo fight for the race win here, possibly the championship if he gets through, which he looks very likely at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking very likely the Timo's going to get past. Look at that traction he's got in the final corner, and Nicolo is struggling to get past, and we could see a race, an evening, where we see 3 champions being crowned, and Nicolo wants to stop Timo from winning this race. Because if Nicolo gets second, then Nicolo still will have no chance of winning. But if Nicolo wins, then he will still have a fight just. As Posh Evans is out of the race, who's binned it on the first corner. Now that's too late for a safety car. As Timo goes to the outside, Konzo's out of the race.
Outside,
Nicolo, he's fighting back in towards turn 8 now. And the light is showing, because obviously the rain coming up as well. Casper's in this as well. I'm not expecting Casper to fight too much here. I'm expecting Casper just to play it safe.
You expect a title fight, I think. But Nicolo's got great exit through there. But this is not really overtaking place. But send him inside and give Timo a question. No, backs out of it. I think Nicolo has to get a good exit through. He has to get a good run through here. That's his only chance of it. If he wants Timo's in clear air, he'll pull away.
Yeah, I think Timo's got to pull away at this point and hoping that Soro gets a penalty, or Soro's going to hope that Timo gets a penalty. We've got 3 more laps to go of this race, and we've had 3 retirements in the space for a few laps. These conditions are absolutely awful, not gonna lie. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be racing in that. Owen at the moment is looking on course for yet another podium, unless Cian Arms can get past him.
Yeah. Timo's a bit of a moment there. He goes deep, and that's going to allow Nicolo back through. Timo outbroke himself there, and that's allowed Nicolo back through. So the championship is still alive at the moment. Timo just got a little bit too late there, going off track, and he sportingly let Nicolo through.
I think that's what you should do, unlike what George Russell did not do in the sprint yesterday. And Cian Arms gets a penalty.
It's good news for Nick. Nick's could be on for possible 4th place at the moment, but what can Timo do? He got the move done and made that little mistake. And Timo's struggling now. I think Timo's pushing quite hard, and Casper's got great pace. I have to say, he's sticking with these guys.
But I don't think Casper's going to fight for this. No, I think Casper's only going to fight with Owen. And I'm sure they're all. I'm almost certain that Casper might be in a party with him, and I'm sure people will be telling, just keep Timo ahead, and you concentrate on the guys behind. That's all you need to do right now. And that's probably why Owen is not fighting right now. Yellow flag.
Yep.
That is Brendan.
He's skating. He's got no confidence. No
Ice skating.
Conditions. Yeah. These two are definitely enjoying these conditions.
It's standing water. It's standing water.
Yeah.
So it could be full wet, but we don't have enough time to go on the full wet. Yeah.
No, you're not going to pit now. No point pitting now. It's fine on that.
There's no point pitting now. You're going to lose so much time.
Timo's got a lot of battery. He's got 63% battery. Nicolo's got 37. So, but in the wet, battery's not as much of a factor as it is in the dry. So, Nicolo want to give himself a bit of battery off that back straight. So, Timo isn't really.
Timo's not really doing much.
Back of him, I expect. But he had a good run through there. He nailed that corner this time, and now
I've got an interesting situation. Timo, I think, has got fastest lap, and if Timo finishes second with fastest lap, there's nothing Nicolo can do either.
Oh yeah.
So Nicolo.
Oh, good thinking.
So pretty much, the only way Timo would mess this up is if Timo Owen gets past, and I don't think Owen wants to get past him because he knows it will mess up the championship. There's
2 ERT drivers behind him, so that's going to happen. I think, maybe Timo thinks Nicolo deserves the win. Maybe, I don't know, but he's going to go for it around the outside.
Not much space.
Nicolo, we see Nicolo gets feisty. Timo, he almost spins it there, but gets a good exit because of it. He getting the car up quite nicely. That half spin almost cost him, and now Nicolo has got the inside line for the old Singapore sling. Timo's going to have to back out of it here. How can Timo get the Haas guy out of line? They've got a fight around the outside here. We've seen Felipe Massa doing a move here on Senna, but that was in the dry. They're going to do it in the wet, and now Timo's got to get good exit here. That might be his last chance. But I think
awful, by the
Nicolo had a good exit there. He had a good exit, and good for the win, but as you mentioned, the fastest lap. Yep, shame for him. He could have scored some points there, but as we mentioned here, Timo was happy to give Nicolo this race win because he's going to get the big prize.
He's going to take the big prize then. So, Nicola Soro has driven an amazing job this race. He did what he needed to do to keep his fight alive, but unfortunately, with Timo's fastest lap, that's pretty much ended his chances. But Nicola Soro wins the race, but by 1 point. Timo is your season 23 P1 tier champion, and he gets a lovely PSN voucher to boot and a trophy as well. So congratulations to Timo. Congratulations, Nicola Soro, for the win. And Owen Wyatt gets on the podium, and Nick just misses out on a podium as well.
And look how heavy the rain is now. It's absolute torrential rain. So in fact, if I had another safety car in that race, it could have had the situation where guys had to pit for full wets. But I have to say, I think the top 4 in that race all drove brilliantly. And say congratulations to the first two. Congratulations, Nicola, for the race win. Congratulations to Timo for working out the fastest lap. Obviously, impossible to beat the fast lap in any conditions. So he knew all he did was finish second, and he gets it. And now he can enjoy the last two races. And Owen Wyatt, yet another podium for the McLaren man. And
he started seventh, didn't he?
Wait. Yeah, incredible, great drive, and it's going to be hard to pick some drive denomination because there's a few guys that deserve it. Going to upset some people with our
yes.
non-picture driver days.
Yes. So here are your results then. With Nicola Sora in P1, Timo in P2, Owen Wyatt P3, Nick P4, Jacob P5, Casper P6, Cian Arms P7, Colin P8, Larkin P9, Lukey P10, Delta Hunter P11, and Waitsy gets the final point. Calzo in 30. Barrett does get classified a lap down, so he does finish the race. So that happened to me one year. So yeah, if you retire on the final lap, you do still get classified. Brendan, Posh Evans, Konzo retired, and so has Bumpai. So we've got our new champion in the mix. So all three of our champions have been crowned this evening. That's a shame because I was hoping one would go to the final race, but that makes the decision on which tier to put on Twitch in the final round going to be very difficult. So thanks, guys. Not. Yeah. So we got to pick our two drivers of the day. As I get the scene up, there we go. So I'll go to you first, Jamie. Who would you like to give your driver of the day to? What would you like to ask him?
Well, I'm going to get accused a bit of favouritism here, but I'm going to go with Nick. I think he drove a good race, didn't make too many mistakes, had some good solid pace, and I'm going to ask him, well done mate, you must be happy with that result. Did you feel the podium was possible in the last few laps? Did you feel the podium possible in the last few laps? And
yeah.
Will that give you confidence going through the rest of the season and into next season?
Good answer, but I don't know whether to give it to our champion or whether to give it to our race winner. I think Timo has had all the glory. I'd like to say massive congratulations to Timo, but I have to give the driver of the day nomination, my driver of the day nomination, to... I'm going to have to give it to Nicola Soro because he was the one to have stopped Timo get another victory, and he managed to put pressure on him. I think Timo wasn't bothered if he would have got the victory because he knew about the permutations, but my question is, congratulations on the win. Just missed out on the title. What are your aims now for the rest of the season? Are you going to now try and secure P2 in the championship now? And that is my question for Nicolo Soro. So 3 people getting some glory tonight. And you will get to vote for your driver of the day nominations tomorrow in a nice little poll. So make sure you go and vote for them. And thank you, Jamie, for joining me filling in for Steve as he can't make it for the next two races. And we got Silverstone next week, a track which we both like to commentate on and race on. So I think we'll be in for another close race next week. Same time, of course, at 6 p.m.
Yeah. Well, so this pleasure joining you, and my mood's improved now. I've had that good race, so yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. We'll see you next week, and yeah, and see if you are interested in commentating, then we do have some slots available for the P3 tier next week. So if you do,
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock UK time if you're free.
Time. Give us a message, and we'll be able to hook you up if you can stream with OBS. That'll be fantastic. But yeah, anyway. That's the plug out the way, and shout out to our amazing sponsors and partners, and yeah, we'll see you all next week. Enjoy the Grand Prix, which is in about half an hour, I believe. And
yeah, half an hour.
Well done on your second place, Jess, and you never know, it might be more with stewards, you never know. So
it won't be, because the gap was like 10 seconds. The gap was like 10 seconds, so.
Alright. Yeah.
So not good.
I need to get there next one. That's my focus.
Yeah.
But anyway,
go on,
have
Jamie.
a nice weekend.
Anyway, we will speak to you next week at 6 p.m. UK time on Twitch. I think it's going to be on Twitch next week. Yeah, on Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
For the British Grand Prix. Trying to get my words out. Thank you to our sponsors. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell if you're new on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at OneHub Racing and Instagram as well. give a big congratulations on our Discord server to all of our 3 champions tonight, and they're still going to be fighting for the Constructors standings, the title as well. So good luck to those 3 drivers on that one, and to anyone still in the Constructors fight. But we're going to go, because we've got about half an hour still to go before the real life Grand Prix kicks off, with Charles Leclerc starting on pole position. So have a good evening. See you at 6 p.m. next week for the British Grand Prix. Until then, from myself and Jamie, we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.